I think the girls with their nails done now.
Hello everyone, this is Black Up here. Today I'm going to be doing a similar video to what I've done recently. Recently I done the best free to play heroes in Clash Wars 2. So if you're free to play or you're just interested in it, please go make sure to check that out, it might help you out. But today I want to cover the best pay to play heroes in Clash Wars 2. This one's a little bit more obvious than the free to play heroes, but I thought it's still worth covering anyway, as it might help a few people. And for those who are free to play and can't get these heroes, you might just find it interesting just finding out about the heroes and what they're doing and stuff. So carry on watching. So first of all, I'm going to get straight to this with something I'd have. The best hero in the game currently is Chrono Keeper, by far the best hero in the game. Now if I go into that, can I see it better? Yeah. So I'm just going to try and scroll all the way down. There's paid to play players who can get this to a good level will probably have max active skill, so let's go find out what it is for you, shall we? Blast the area with the most enemy heroes, dealing 400% attack damage for 10 seconds. Now you can already tell that's pretty powerful. Damage of enemy heroes hit is reduced by 50%, and attack damage of affected enemy flying heroes is reduced by an additional 50%. Also creates 2 Chrono crystals. Chrono crystals attack the nearest enemy hero within a fixed range. So it means them 2 Chrono crystals, just one of them attacks the nearest enemy hero within a fixed range, of course, dealing 300% attack damage and reducing attack rate and speed of enemies hit by 60% for 6 seconds. If my voice sounds tired, I've just recorded a bunch of videos. So this one's like the 3rd or 4th one, I think. Chrono Keeper can have up to 4 Chrono crystals at a time. It costs 1 rage at level 32. Now the aid skill for Chrono Keeper. Deployed hero deals 40% more damage to enemy flying heroes and summons 1 Chrono crystal every 6 seconds. So the flying technique, which I think the Russians used in Lord Olympia games, pretty sure that one of the top Russian guilds used it. Sorry if I got that wrong and it's another, but I'm pretty sure it was. That technique they used with flying heroes. I imagine this aid skill would do quite well at attacking that, dealing 40% more damage to enemy flying heroes. So that's a little something there. Let's have a look at the divine. Wow. Oh my god, that's a lot to read. My voice is going to be dead by the end of this. I'm going to cover it for you guys. Chrono Keeper and 1 nearby allied heroes gain time loop. Chrono Keeper also summons a Chrono Storm in the area with the most enemy heroes. So that means it summons Chrono Storm in the area. Of course, quite simple. Just explain it more. Heroes, Chrono Storm. Chrono Storm deals 200% attack damage to enemies hit and reduces their speed by 70%. That's pretty powerful. Also reduces the damage and attack rate of affected enemy heroes by 40% and 50% respectively. Lasts for 40 seconds, so that's a long time. Chrono Storm cannot be dispelled. Time loop. Heroes affected by time loop have their current HP and position recorded. Gain 3 Chrono crystals. Have their damage increased by 30% and rage cost reduced by 30%. They also gain an additional 1 Chrono crystal when an enemy hero is killed. When time loop expires, affected heroes are returned to their recorded positions, and HP values with damage red and skill damage red increased by 50% and 50% for 15 seconds. That's a lot. And gain 2 Chrono Crystals again. Time loop lasts 40 seconds. Tap on the Divine button while time loop is active to force it to expire prematurely. Time loop affecting a hero expires immediately, triggering all effects when the hero takes fatal damage, preventing death. So it sounds overpowered, if I'm honest with you. After reading all that, taking all that in, that's an awful lot for one divine skill. That's an awful lot. Oh, no wonder it's the best hero in the game by far. That's a lot. It does. Loads. Just for one divine. I think I need to get myself a Chrono Keeper. Just wish I had £500 or probably not even that's enough to get it up, is it? Probably about £5,000 try and get myself maxed up Chrono Keeper, yeah. Yeah, try and work on it. I ain't getting one anytime soon, that's for sure. So the fortitude called the time, I forgot to read down. Temporality, pain, time. Fortitude, timely intervention. Increases skill damage red of nearby buildings by 50%. Also increases damage of Chrono Crystals by 100%. And range by 60%. Chrono Keeper summons 2 Chrono Crystals at the start of every battle. And 1 Chrono Crystal whenever a defensive structure nearby is destroyed. Radius of nearby increases as skill damage increases, skill level increases. I'm not going to do this for every hero because I'll be doing this video for the next 40 minutes to an hour if I do. The insight called Time Mastery increases damage dealt by Chrono Crystals by 120%. So god man, it's even more powerful. And increases the effectiveness of their slow effects by 50%. Chrono Keeper summons 1 Chrono Crystal every 6 seconds. Also increases Chrono Crystals. Chrono Keeper can have by 2. Oh my god, that's 6. Really powerful, isn't it? Flip it now. So that's what it looks like, and that's your Chrono Keeper for you. Overpowered massively. The next hero for pay-to-play players is a Wagner. I don't really hear too much about it, but I imagine it's a really good hero. I will read over this one. I have to start scanning over it really, just quickly talk about it. Deals a total of 1,260% attack damage to enemies in an area over 10 seconds. That's an awful lot, 1,260%, man, flipping hell. And reduces their damage red by 50%. Also tethers 5 summons with the heroes that summon them for 10 seconds. 80% of damage dealt to a tethered enemy will be dealt to all other tethered enemies. As direct damage cannot be mitigated. Costs 1 rage. Alright, didn't really get that too much, but sounds pretty overpowered. The aid skill is nerve toxins. Deployed hero has a 50% chance to inflict paralysis on enemies when attacking, reducing their attack rate by 30% for 10 seconds. Paralysis stacks up to 4 times the amount. God, this is timing. Tethers 5 random enemy heroes together for 50 seconds. Yeah, I can't speak anymore. I've spoken so much. Debuffs and 70% of the damage dealt to a tethered enemy will be dealt to all other tethered heroes, as direct damage cannot be mitigated, of course. And that was Fated Fetters. Fortitude, Shackling Bonds. Yeah, something short, can't believe it. 60% chance for enemy heroes to get tethered to their summon for 10 seconds when they summon it. Yes, I've already finished it. This one hasn't been as big as Chrono Keeper by any stretch of imagination. Chrono Keeper's well overpowered. This one seems to be the upper end of powerful. So the Insight, Fate, Entwined. 70% damage taken by Arachne is shared with enemy summons. 350% of damage dealt by Arachne is granted to the allied unit with the lowest HP as a shield. So that's Arachne for you. Seems pretty powerful. Yeah, that's a very, very good pay-to-play hero. So I've covered 2 heroes within 10 minutes. Within 10 minutes I'm having a look to see how many I'm going to be doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more heroes. That's another 25 minutes. Hopefully shorter than that. I think I'll cover them. So, Pyro next. Some people don't seem to think of that good of a hero. Some people say Exofan's better. I personally like Pyro. I think it's pretty powerful. I think it's a good hero. I do myself. I definitely recommend trying to get it, especially if you're free to play. Free to play, pay to play. If you're free to play, you're gonna have an awfully hard time. Active skill is Purification. Fires a dart towards a target location, dealing 400% attack damage in its path. The dart will stay at the target location for 10 seconds before exploding, dealing 1035% attack damage in an area, and has an 80% chance to prevent enemy heroes hit from performing normal attacks for 8 seconds. Cost 1 rage. So basically it throws this little dart, obviously, and it's got a circle on the screen. You can select where you want it to hit it within a certain radius. So as soon as you press it, do it on a hero or building, it'll go straight to it and it'll do a bunch of attack damage, and it resets every, let's say, 10 seconds, I think. I don't know, I'm not sure. But yeah, that is actually pretty good actually. The aid skill for Pyro, this one seems to be a lot bigger to read. Guardian Angel, so that sounds promising. Deployed hero summons a Guardian Angel who takes 50% of damage taken on hero's behalf. Sounds alright. Also blocks debuffs and transfers them to a random enemy hero for 10 seconds. If the Guardian Angel dies, it will heal deployed hero for 30% HP and increase their damage by 35% for 15 seconds. The Guardian Angel has 100% and 60% of deployed heroes' HP and attack respectively. Divine, the Judgment Light. It should have been called the Judgment Off Light. Judgment Light? No, sounds better to me. Unleash the Light of Judgment. Yeah, Light of Judgment. Judgment of Light. Yeah. See? Should be called Light of Judgment, really. Upon the nearest enemy hero for 30 seconds. Judgment Light deals 600% attack damage to all enemies in an area and has an 80% chance to prevent enemies from recovering HP when they heal. That's powerful. 50% of healing prevented is dealt as damage, capped at 150% of Pyro's attack. Judgment Light cannot be dispelled or transferred. I'd like to say right now, if you're interested in Pyro, I run a video the other day called Clash Wars 2 Best Setups for Pyro. So it should be, so I covered glyphs, masteries, aids, hero setups for it, talents, all the rest, everything pretty much. So definitely go check that out. Fortitude is sanctity. I don't know. Sanctity. Yeah, sanctity. I don't know. Whatever, no matter. Pyro deals 30% additional damage to enemy heroes, and another 50% additional damage to flying heroes. Don't really know what to say to that. 30% damage to enemy heroes, and another 15% additional damage to flying heroes. So flying heroes take 45% of the damage from Pyro, so that's alright. Insight is called Eternal Judge. So down to 20, I'm guessing. Over 20, yeah. Pyro splits into 5 spirits upon death, and each spirit has 100% of Pyro's HP. If there is at least 1 spirit left after 80 seconds, Pyro will be reviewed with 35% 35% times the remaining number of spirits. Sounds right. So it's HP. Pyro deals 580% attack damage to surrounding enemies when revived by Eternal Judge. Eternal Judge is Insight. Alright. And inflicts stun for 8 seconds. Eternal Judge can occur 1 time per battle. Pyro cannot be turned into a puppet, which is referring to Toxic Shaman, so it's basically another counter to Toxic Shaman. And that's Pyro for you. Pretty powerful. Wouldn't say it's as good as Chrono Keeper or the other hero, which was Wagner. A hero which I will not be covering in this video, but is good. Storm Rider. I think it's good free to play and pay to play. Recommend getting it. It's always good to have Storm Rider. So next is, actually I think I might have explained Storm Rider in the free to play video, so go check that out if you want to see me reviewing a Storm Rider. In the free to play video I actually had the heroes myself, so I was able to show them in action maybe, I'm not sure. I think I explained it again, I'm not entirely sure, I've done that video, I can't remember. But next is Officer Reindeer. I've heard it's good in Bastion and teamed with Exafan. So if you have Exafan in your main setup and Reindeer as your Bastion hero, there's something to do with Reindeer which makes him better to go with Exafan, and that would be can't see any. Let's go over to hero and hopefully then we'll be able to get an explanation. So of course Officer Reindeer. Let's try and scroll down the active skills. Oh my god, it's so much to read. It's massive. Oh my god. Hope you guys are enjoying the video. Sorry if it's an awful lot to take in. It's an awful lot for me to read. So the active skill is Magic Shot. Reindeer gains a magic charge every 4 seconds. Max 4 charges. Magic Shot consumes a magic charge and fires a magic bullet at 1 enemy hero. Prioritizes ranged heroes, of course. Dealing 500% attack damage and decreasing target's attack range by 95%. Attack rate by 75% and damage by 64% for 13 seconds. Bullets can ricochet to enemy summons, dealing damage, decreasing their damage by 64% and damage read by 76%, and inflicting silence for 15 seconds. Deals 160% more damage to summons, can bounce up to 8 times, cost 0.63, just good, isn't it? Sounds good. That's all I'll say about it, it's an awful lot. Yeah, skills seem shorter. So, deployed hero deals 60% increased damage to summoned units, that's pretty good. Also heals deployed hero for 15% of its max HP. after killing a summon unit, so that's good. Yeah, I'll say it's pretty good aid. It's not one of the best in the game, but it's pretty good. So his divine skill is Gunslinger Gambit. Reindeer gains 1 magic charge. Also increases the rate at which Reindeer gains magic charges by 30%. And reduces magic shots rage cost by 50% for 40 seconds when Gunslinger Gambit expires. Reindeer fires a rocket at the area with the most number of enemy heroes, dealing 600% attack damage and inflicting stun for 10 seconds. Rocket deals 20% more damage for every magic shot used during Gunslinger Gambit. Of course, Gunslinger Gambit is the divine. So his fortitude, yes, a really short one. Killing Zone reduces enemy heroes' HP recovered by 50%. Yes, another short one. They should go. I think all insights got to level 20. Here's what I was talking about of X-Fan. Very first, magic resonance. I don't know. Reindeer has 10% more damage for every enemy hero summoned. Also increases Reindeer's skill damage by 10% for 5 seconds after using Magic Shot. Reduces Ixafan's active skills rage cost by 50% if both Ixafan and Reindeer are deployed in battle. So I bring Ixafan's skill down to 0.5 cost, I think. That's why he's good with Ixafan. So that is Officer Reindeer for you. I forgot about Imp Mistress. So next we're on to Ixafan. Big talk in Galactus 2. Big time talk. Ixafan used to be the best hero in the whole game. Pretty sure he was. Now he's pretty much just good in Hellish Horde. But he's, of course, for the average player or higher up, he's still very good. His active skill is called Inferno, and there's an awful lot to read. You have to have a drink in a minute. Unleashes an Inferno upon the area with the most number of enemy heroes, dealing 400% attack damage and inflicting 1 stack of Ember to all enemy heroes hit. Each stack of Ember increases damage taken by 5% and reduces HP recovered by 5%. Ember can be stacked up to 20 times and cannot be transferred or dispelled. Inferno does 120% more damage and inflicts 1 additional stack of Ember during Hellish Horde. That's why he's so good in Hellish Horde, as I said. Cooldown is 3 seconds and it costs 1 rage, which means it would be taken down to 0.5 if paired with Officer Reindeer. His aid skill is called Pyromaniac. Randomly consumes between 1 to 3 stacks of Ember from deployed hero and inflicts 1 to 2 stacks of Ember on a random enemy hero every 10 seconds. Increases deployed heroes' damage by 30%, attack rate and speed by 30%, and damage read by 45% for 10 seconds if at least 1 Ember was consumed. His divine is called Conflagrate. It ignites the Ember stacks on all enemy heroes, dealing 15% attack damage per second for 1 second per stack. Affected heroes cannot be healed. Each stack ignited also increases Ixafan's damage and attack rate by 1%. Max 120% and 1% max 120%. Respectively, and grants 0.2 seconds of invincibility. Pretty good. Maximum 24 seconds, that's good. Conflagrate, which is divine of course, deals 100% more damage and lasts 15% longer during Hellish Horde, which is why he's so good in Hellish Horde. Fortitude is Hell Pyro. Inflicts 3 stacks of Ember on any enemy heroes joining the battle. Inflicts 3 additional stacks of Ember and increases attack range by 150% during Hellish Horde. Once again, Hellish Horde. Insight, cremation. What a lovely word. What name it? Inflicts 1 stack of Ember to all enemy heroes every 8 seconds. What is this Ember about? I need to explain this more. Also causes an explosion around an enemy hero each time they gain a total of 5 stacks of Ember, dealing 20% attack damage in a small area around them and inflicting stun for 3 seconds. Reduces cooldown between the application of each Ember stack by 50% during Hellish Horde again. What is this Ember about then? Did I explain it? Then 1 stack of Ember. I don't know what the Ember is. I'm sorry guys, I can't explain it because I don't know what Ember is. He's a leader type hero. Can someone please comment below and explain what Ember is and what it does on heroes, because I'm kind of confused with what it means by Ember. What is Ember? That's the confusing one for me. Tidal Guardian, I don't think it's that good, is he? Is he that good? I don't know, I think Imp Mistress is better than Tidal Guardian. Pay to play, Penthesilea was very good in Hero Arena, of course. Other gamers as well, I think. Ravager, not so good. Rubbish really, I think. I'll cover Imp Mistress quickly. Lead type hero. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh my god, look at it. So basically, yeah. Let's tell you something. Summons an imp based on Imp Mistress. Current alignment, which changes every few seconds, shown by the skill icon. Imp lasts 21 seconds and 3 may be in a battle at any one time. There you go. It's best I'm going to explain it. It's too long to explain. Please feel free to go read it in game if you want to know more about it. Aid is Imp Build. Active as Impact. So, and aid is deployed heroes attacks. Ignore 55% of enemies damage red, and skills ignore 55% of enemies skill damage red. The divine is Impair. Summons a chaos imp when there's these imps and embers and everything. When summoned, a chaos imp inflicts soul tether on a random enemy hero and taunts one surrounding enemy hero every 3 seconds. When soul tether is active, the enemy hero takes 70% of all damage taken by chaos imp as direct damage. Chaos imp deals 400% attack damage as direct damage to the enemy with soul tether on death, and reduces its damage and damage red by 60% and 50% respectively for 30 seconds. The Fortitude Infest transforms an enemy clone or puppet into a red imp every 8 seconds. The power of any red imp created by Impfest scales according to Impfest's skill level, and the imps don't count towards Impact's summon limit, which Impact is the active skill. Insight is Imp Divine. It's the Imp Divine, yeah. Imp Divine. At the start of battle, summons a Guardian Imp that inflicts stun on all nearby heroes. Enemies, heroes. I'm tired now. For 6 seconds. Guardian Imp reduces the remaining duration of poison, bleeding, and stun inflicted upon allied heroes by 60% every 6 seconds. Also taunts any enemies that attack the Imp Mistress. Guardian Imp is automatically resummoned every 20 seconds. And that is the Imp Mistress for you. I also explained Pen Facilio in the free-to-play video, so please check out that one and see Pen Facilio as well. Final hero, Tidal Guardian. This one is the bottom end of the best paid-to-play heroes, I'm saying. Personally, I think it's that. Active skill is ebb and flow. So, attacks the enemy hero with the highest attack rate, dealing 400% attack damage to all enemies in an area, and decreasing their attack rate by 67% for 15 seconds. Also tethers a random allied hero and enemy hero together for 15 seconds. Transferring 50% of damage taken by the allied hero to the enemy, while stealing 50% of healing received by the enemy. Costs 1 rage. Aid skill is Tidal Blessings. Increases deployed heroes' crit rate, or crit res, and crit damage red by 25% and 30% respectively. Also grants a shield that absorbs 600,000 damage and heals 5% HP per second when deployed hero is attacked. Shield lasts 10 to 20 cooldown seconds, I think. Divine is wax and rain. Heals Tidal Guardian and grants them a shield. Also increases your rage recovery rate by 50%. Increases your opponent's hero's rage cost by 150%. Decreases their damage by 40%. Greatly increasing your opponent's reserve hero's cooldown. And greatly reduces the skill activation rate of their summoners. The shield breaks after 35 seconds, or taking a certain amount of damage for above effects expire once the shield breaks. Upgrading Wax and Rain increases the amount of damage the shield can take, that being your Divine. The Fortitude, goes at level 5, is called Coral Reef. Reduces the effect of additional damage dealt to buildings by 70%. God man, I've been reading so much, I can't even speak anymore. Also increases hero damage red for all buildings near Tidal Guardian by 70%. Final one, Insight, Siren Song. So the Insight, let's take it all the way down to level 20. Is increases Tidal Guardian's damage red and skill damage red by 50%. Summons a siren at a random location whenever Tidal Guardian uses ebb and flow. The siren taunts, so ebb and flow is the active skill. The siren taunts a random enemy hero and has a 90% chance to inflict ice prison on the enemy hero upon death. Heroes inflicted with ice prison will be unable to take action until taking at least 20% of their max HP as damage. Only one hero can be inflicted with ice prison at a time. So that is all of your heroes done. They're the best pay to play heroes in the game. In order, I'm saying Chrono Keeper's the best in the game. Arachne number 2, Pyro number 3, Exafan number 4, but arguably Pyro vs Exafan is personal preference. Number 5 is Officer Reindeer, 6 Imp Mistress, and 7 Tidal Guardian. Pen Facilio is number 8, but Pen Facilio is very important for Hero Arena, so game mode specific, be careful of game modes. These are just in general. Some of these heroes you need for specific game modes, so be careful of that. Storm Rider is also very important. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video and found it very useful. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. For now, peace out.